On today's Enrique's Home Buyer channel, we are going to talk about seller concessions for closing costs. Welcome back, Enrique here. I am a mortgage broker located in Southern California, and this is my Home Buyer channel where I get to come and talk to you about all things related to mortgages, loans, and buying a house. So today I want to talk about seller concessions. Here we are in the middle of July 2022. The market is softening, and we're starting to see something that many people haven't seen in a while, and it is called seller concessions. So let's do a breakdown of what is seller concessions, how does it work, how does it benefit you, should you be asking for seller concessions, what's this all about? All right, so seller concessions is another word for when a seller of a home is helping the buyer with some concessions, usually closing costs. First, you need to understand that the seller cannot help with a down payment unless they are related and you do a gift of equity. But if you're doing just a regular loan and you have a seller, the seller cannot give you money for down payment, but he can give you concessions for closing costs. In some cases, they can cover all the closing costs or part of them. So that's what we call seller concessions. So if you hear in the market today that people say, hey, looks like the market is softening, you can ask for concessions. What that means is that for the past year and a half, if you ask for closing costs, not only were you not going to get the closing cost concession, but you were also, you're not even going to get the house, right? Now, the tables are turning. Sellers are more willing to help you with either a price reduction or a seller concession. So how does that work? How much do you need? Well, this is something you're going to have to talk to your individual loan officer and your real estate agent. Now, traditionally, the closing costs involve things such as escrow fees, title fees, lender fees, appraisal, taxes, impounds, notary, recording fees, all of that together. I just did a loan recently, and that house was around $400,000, and the closing costs were approximately $8,000. So that's what we call the concessions. Now, sometimes as a buyer, you're going to ask for all of it. Sometimes you're going to ask for a portion, and sometimes you're not going to ask for any. But if you're going to ask for concessions, you need to talk to your agent first to figure out what are the odds that this particular home will give us concessions. Now, you're looking at a house that's been in the market now for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. They already went through a price reduction. That seller is going to be more open to give the concessions that a house that is brand new, just hit the market this week, and they already have viewings. That seller is going to say, no, why would I want to give you concessions where I may be able to sell it without? So your real estate agent is going to help you with that. Also, your loan officer is going to be able to tell you what is the magic number, right? What is the magic number that you can ask for the seller to help you with? It is not far-fetched to get the whole amount, but in some cases, it's not possible. So you have to be able to be working with the right team of professionals that can give you the correct direction. Now, seller concessions are usually written into the contract. It's not a price reduction, but it's in addition to. So for example, you buy a house for $400,000, the seller pays for $7,000 in closing costs. So that means that you're only going to pay for the difference and your down payment. And that's usually how it works. Now, something you have to be very careful is not to ask for too much in concessions, because if you don't use them, they go away. You lose them. The seller gets them back. So I had a situation where a buyer said, hey, they gave us $11,000 in concessions. And I said, wait a minute, I don't need $11,000. So they overbid on the house a little bit to get 11. They never consulted me. They don't need 11. They only needed 8. So $3,000 went back to the seller, and that was money that was wasted. So you want to definitely have that conversation with your real estate agent and your professional loan officer, hopefully an independent mortgage broker that can help you with that. That is what concessions are. They are now prevalent more. We're going to start to see more and more of that if the market continues to soften. If you have any more questions, reach out to your professional agents. I want to encourage you to check out my other videos, hit subscribe. We have so much great material here in this channel to tell you everything. You want to know about credit scores. You want to know about loan programs. You want to know about the truth and what's not right and what's right. It's all here in Enrique's Home Buyer channel. We always appreciate you watching this and liking it and sharing it. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And don't forget, we're here to help. My information is right here in the bio. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.